Okay, we're recording. This is the end of week 12 for DSO13B online session recorded on the 30th of April 2017. I've got with me Aimee Ferguson, and we're just discussing her work. This is the stuff you posted in the week 10 forum, the character construction, and you've got your two opposing characters, the wizard and the jester. So can you just tell me a little bit about your storyline, what you're thinking for these characters?
So what I was kind of thinking is having like the jester kind of putting on a bit of a stage show, but he's kind of a bit up himself and just not a really likable character, and just kind of getting in the wizard's face and stuff, and um, so the wizard being able to actually use magic just kind of like zaps him or just does some stuff to just kind of put the jester in his place.
Right. And so I'd imagine, excuse me, like they're both like working in the castle. Like are they both servants to the king, or they're out in the wild, or out in the woods, or
I'm kind of thinking they're just like in like a busy kind of marketplace kind of
right,
area. The jester's kind of like busking. He's got his little stall set up, and the wizard's kind of like retired, just trying to enjoy his day, checking out what's at the markets and things.
right. And it's just an annoying character. He's an annoying character towards the wizard.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you see my comment that I left for you in the
Yes, yeah, I've just got it open here.
yeah, sweetie. Um, Yeah, I think the most like if you're going for contrast, the most contrasty of the two are the is the second wizard and the first jester.
hmm
I don't know. I just because one's really short and squat, one's tall and thin. Do you have a preference? Like how do you feel?
I've kind of always like every time I've kind of like drawn them down, I've always kind of gone with like sort of like the first two, like the first one of each of them.
Yep.
But like yeah, I kind of like the second wizard a bit better now that I've
Yeah.
kind of like experimented a little bit more.
Yeah. Cool. So then if we have them, let's have a look side by side. Also, you're using Photoshop?
Yeah.
Do you have how's your grasp on it?
Uh, I'm getting there.
Okay,
Getting there.
cool. So let's put these guys side by side. So as we can see, I'm gonna rescale these. So this guy's like a giant compared to this jester. So how do you think? Would he be more something more like that scale? Like that looks a bit more like they're both in the same. Like this, he looks like a big ogre right now because he's big as like as tall as the guy. If you have him a bit more small, and then they're much more contrasting characters.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have him as small, but I guess
Sure.
it could kind of work. Yeah.
How do you reckon? Like so keep going, keep going.
Probably around there, I would say. Like, because that way, if he took his hat off, it'd be probably around like elbow height,
So if he took his hat
I guess.
off, he would be. We've got like his head here, and so he's going to. Okay, yeah, just above the elbow. That kind of thing. That sort of idea.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he's. Yeah. Cool. Right. Yeah, I'd go even smaller. Like, well, again, up to you.
Yeah.
Completely up to you. Personal preference. I just make him even smaller. Like,
I guess it could add to kind of like the comedy of the tiny
yeah,
little wizard, just
yeah.
like you know, hand.
Because now he can, like the guy can like lean on his head
Oh yeah, I didn't think of
and be like, "Hey, how
that.
you going? Like, how's it going, little dude?" Like that kind of thing. Um, that's what I would advise. Let's have a look. Put them side by side. Spawn.
Um, there you
Yeah, up to you. But yeah, that's how you have that more contrast, you know.
go. Yeah.
Cool. So, the assignment doesn't it doesn't call for color, but you can if you want. What do
Yep.
you how do you feel?
I was probably just gonna add a little bit because I was gonna do like the contrasting colors. So have the jester in like maybe like a red and yellow kind of like suit, and then have the wizard in kind of your more like your blues and
Yeah,
grays and those kind of things.
sure. Yeah, that's cool. And also, what's so okay, so the way we, yeah, that's good. So there's always different ways we can help distinguish characters, right? So if this was a video game, right? If this is a video game, you don't have the luxury of being like this close to your character all the time, or a comic. You usually see characters, you see them close up sometimes, but you have to also see them from afar, in the amongst the crowd, um, and so being able to distinguish one from the other is very important. So having different heights. Okay, that's good. One way. So short guy is always going to be my wizard. Tall guy, is also always going to be my jester. Also, what's good about this is let me show you. Let's see. Um, is the silhouettes are also pretty distinct. So even um, even if the characters were completely in the shadow in silhouette, we could still pretty much tell one from the other. You know,
Yeah.
originally, when have you ever seen the Ninja Turtle cartoon? The one from the '80s, Ninja Turtle
Oh,
cartoon,
maybe a bit of it on YouTube.
1980s. So the idea is all these guys. So when they first came out, is the Ninja Turtles. This is the original kids cartoon.
Mm.
If we completely black them out, they would be completely identical. The only distinguishing feature is the colors of their masks and like their weapons, right? But in silhouette,
Yeah.
they'd be completely um, different. And that's why, like, it's a funny thing within the show, like the animators and the voice actors would always kind of like mess up. So maybe you would have one character, like the voices would swap accidentally, because like, oh, one one character is supposed to be speaking, but then it comes out the other characters. But yeah, because it's hard. Like how if you're like, you know, working 50 hours a week, you're in an animation studio and you're trying to get this thing done. Like you don't know that subtle detail. You don't know the intricacies of the story. Like, oh no, Michelangelo would never say that line or whatever. You just
Yeah.
you can't distinguish them from one another at all. Which is so over here, even in silhouette, we can say, okay, that's if I always see the pointy hat, and I always see this sort of like kind of almost the mushroom like type hat, you know,
Hmm.
you can make that silhouette stronger, you know. Um, so I know if I see spikes, it's my jester. If I see this curve, it's my wizard. You know, that sort of thing. And so it's your characters are looking good in that respect.
Hmm.
Um, the jester, even you got like the repeating like curves and bell of the hat. It's also in the shoes, so you could also put like a bell on the shoe if you want. Just to,
Yep.
to, to mirror the hat design. Um, with this guy, let me think. So his hat is droopy. What else can we do with the droopy? Um, you could give him a little stick. Again, like just to continue like that design. You have this sort of like droopy thing there. You could have his beard, or like a stick, maybe holding a stick. And it's like, this droopy could have stick maybe to kind of mirror the hat. I'm not sure. It may not even need that, but it's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
Um, I think, was it with you that I discussed like how to carry the Oh no, it was with Anna. It was how to carry design elements through the character. Like if if the character seems to have like like, yeah, like a pointy hat, you continue that pointiness throughout, which you've kind of done with the like the wristbands, the wrists,
Yep.
the cuffs. Yeah, you've got kind of that kind of thing going on. But yeah, back to the turtles, right? So only thing to distinguish them was the colors and the mask. Their bodies were exactly the same character design, and they have like the letters of their names on their belts as well. And then they did a reboot in 2013. Yeah, no, that's not the one. 2003. Yeah, okay. So they rebooted the characters and made them more like for a teenage audience sort of thing. Um, and now their character designs were a little bit different. So now they varied in color, they slightly varied in size. Um, so it's not just the mask. Now their skin had a different color. They have different sizes, um, and they really did that in the movies, which is the 2000 and something, 2000 and I don't know, let's say 14. Michael Bay. Um, yeah, in the Michael Bay movie, right? So they even varied them up even more. So like one character is like super broad, one is much more skinny, one's the shortest of the group, and one's like the more regular, you know. So now we're
Mhm.
getting with our more modern sensibilities of character design, it's kind of getting a bit more sophisticated instead of just like copy paste your character design. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, cool. So that's for that. So yeah, you so the gesture kind of orange and red, the wizard kind of blue, grays. That's cool. Um, so let's have a look. So how you so of all the sort of things you have to deliver in the end, how far are you? You got your like your pages of sketches. You got to do the characters side by side, which is like this. Um, you haven't done turnarounds yet. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I can hear you typing. Okay, you can still hear
Why
me.
is this not
Yes, I
working?
got you. I got you.
Audio.
Well, now I can. Hmm. Yeah, sure. Can you hear me at all? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, fine. You can hear me. Then, then you just type then. Okay, so, oh, try speaking now. Okay, I can hear you now.
Is it working now?
Yeah, yeah, cool.
No?
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Oh, great.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
for the, um, were you with me when I went through the deliverables? Or did you see this video? When I was talking about like the things you need to hand in the end? Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe you just type. Okay, so what do you have left to do? I think you maybe just type. The audio is choppy again. Turnarounds, couple more sketches. Okay, turnarounds, so like that. Okay, so for the turnaround, yeah, it's just front, three-quarter, side, and back. More of a gesture, yeah. Okay. And yeah, do you think you'll be able to get everything in by the coming Sunday? Okay, sweet. Um, okay. Okay, so yeah, I'll just recap. So we've got your pages of sketches. So like yeah, your rough sketches for your right. I've got 3 days off works. Oh, sweet, that's great. Um, so yeah, character sketches. Um, your model sheet, which is like and if you need to show anything underneath, so maybe you can show the wizard. Like, does he ever take off his hat? Then you need to show what he looks like with and without the hat. Um, does he ever remove his hat? No, he never removes his hat. It's always there. Yeah. See, okay. So that's cool. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, if so in the future, right? If yeah, in the future, if the character is not specified that um, the hat never comes off, then you can just draw the hat. Let me how do I do it? So I think yeah, I would try and draw him without the hat at least once. Yeah. So you've got turnarounds, and then you've got this. So again, it doesn't have to. It can all be black and white if you wanted to. Yeah, the characters side by side, just like this, just so we have some context. Um, you can do some expression sheets, so show your character, happy, sad, playing around. These quick little sketches like this, um, pose sketches.
Yep.
And cool, and yeah, final line drawing as detailed as possible, um, and it doesn't have to be in color. Yeah, and then you also have to have a little short, 250 to 300 word bio. It's not very. It's just explaining this. Oh, this is the character. This is what he does. This is how he feels. Just a short little bio. Once I've gotten pages before. Like it doesn't need to be that long. I just need to know a little brief descriptor. So yeah. I can hear your audio again now. It seems.
Oh, you can. Oh,
Now I
well,
can.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Could I use, because we did a, yeah, sweet. Because we did a bio stuff for one of the subjects when we were kind of like creating the storyline and stuff and trying to find like our characters' motivations and those kind of things. Do you just want that same one, or would you want us to like elaborate a bit more on it, or
Is this
um?
the same character? Does it relate?
Yeah, so they're the same. Yeah, the wizard and Jesse are the same characters
Hmm.
for the animation that I pitched
Hmm.
last semester.
Hmm. Yeah, sweet. That's fine. It just like I
So
said, it.
did
Go on. Like it just 200 to 300 words. Like it doesn't have to be very crazy and elaborate. Just here's the character. Here's his name. This is how he kind of interacts with the other character. This is he's got a hat because of this. He wears blue because of this. Or just a little bit about
yep.
his personality. It's the it's the least significant portion of this assignment.
Okay.
Um, uh,
Okay. Cool.
yeah, the most the most important thing is um, giving the animator the blueprint to build your character. Also, don't forget to include this thing, um, how many heads high the character is in relation to himself. So it's not how high the character is compared to a human head. It's just, like if this, here's my guy. You know, how many heads high is this guy compared to himself? And it's that kind of thing, you know? Uh,
Yep. Yep.
or even, actually, it might even be, wait, compared to the whole thing, which is, oh, he's got a hat on. Yeah, I guess he's basically two and third ish, two and a third kind of heads high. I think
Yep.
you can write two and a third heads high, whatever. Same thing for this guy, um, or I guess would you include the hat as part of the head? Uh, nah, I think that's fine. Like two and a half head, two and a third heads, and then same thing for this guy. Like where's his actual head within there? Yeah. Um, model sheets. Cool. So yeah, let's recap. Sketches for both development sketches for both characters, showing your exploration, saying, oh, what does he look like with this hat? What does he look like with this? I don't know, walking stick or whatever.
Yep.
Um, two final model sheets, one for each character. If there's any sort of hidden thing, like what's he's wearing a long cloak or he's wearing something that an animator would need to know. Like over here, we can see we need to know what's underneath her dress. So we need to know what's underneath her dress. So the artist has drawn her legs through, right? So I would draw. So even you can do something like that for your for the hat. You can draw the head, the underneath head, kind of lightly, and then put that wizard hat on top. You know,
Yep.
Like the legs are drawn in sort of a lighter gray than the dress. So that's how you could do it. Um, Model sheets, yep. Um, put the characters side by side to show the height relation. Um, some expression slash pose sheets to show you how your character sort of behaves, interacts. So um, for your characters here, maybe the jester is. Oh, already here. This is a nice pose. Like he's sort of telling a joke. Over here, he's not doing much. So maybe you have him like with his arms raised, he's casting a spell, you know,
Yeah.
or he's tired, he's just trying to relax, or I don't know, he's looking in his bag for shopping or something. This is what this guy would kind of do on a day-to-day thing.
Yep.
What else would this guy do? This gesture is kind of he's older as opposed to he's not a young man. He's got a gray beard or
He'll
what?
probably just have like a really like a brown, like a really dark brown.
Oh, so he's
I'm
kind of
wondering.
younger.
Yeah, he's a bit younger.
Yeah, that's again that's another way to contrast it. The younger versus an older character. That's cool. Um, yeah. Let's see what else we got. And yeah, the final line drawing color is optional. Um, so maybe like you can do your color one at the very last, the very cleaned up version. Um, you don't have to do it throughout all the model sheets. Um, yeah, but are you feeling like you can get it done?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Cool, cool.
yeah. I've just been yeah, just trying to catch up on some of my other subjects because I've just fallen behind on a couple.
Yeah. Are you
Just
doing
like
are you doing four at once or is it
online, I think it's. I'm only doing three.
three?
That's full time online. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. How you how are you finding how have you found this drawing unit?
Really good actually. I found especially like getting into the life drawings and those kind of
Hmm.
things. Like even my partner was like, "Oh, look, your people are looking more like people and less like potatoes," and I'm
That's
like, "Yes,
cool.
improvements."
That's cool.
so, so that was good. I'm like, "Oh, at least I can see the difference between like my old drawings and now like the ones coming in now." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
so,
and it's definitely like um part of it's muscle memory, part of it is confidence. Like when you begin to draw, your the lines always look something like when you're drawing. You always have these sort of not you particularly, but people have these pretty furry lines. Like they're trying to draw something, and it's always like this kind of broken, as opposed to like sort of a confident line like this.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And that just comes with practice. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not something like there's no way to fix that until you just draw and draw and draw and draw and draw. You know,
yeah," because
like
that's what all my other like sketchbooks look like, just like little fuzzy drawings.
yeah. So like over here, like the lines that are kind of like chop chop chop, right? Like
yeah,
with time, you'll just go, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, cool, yeah, there you go, like that kind of thing. More confident lines. Um,
yeah.
but the only way to get there is practice, and it happens just naturally. Um, what else? Yeah, getting accustomed with the source with the material. Like if you're not used to drawing people in sort of weird. Usually people are just used to drawing the head. Oh, I can draw the head perfectly, no problem. But then you want to ask them to draw the body, and they're like, "Oh, I've never done that before." Okay, but if you do it 100 times, then it's no big deal. Like, oh yeah, sure. It's just um, yeah, things coming in time.
Yeah.
Um, what else?
I found like the anatomy stuff has been really handy as well. Like learning like where the rib cage and like goes and like the
Yeah,
proportions of that because then you can kind of you can mash it around a bit and apply it to like silly cartoon things. But but still have them looking like proportioned, even though they're not technically in proportion, but it
Yeah,
still works.
right. Yeah, like for this character here, like you're going with a bit more exaggerated anatomy, yeah?
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, again, like if you wanted to do it more, like more realistic, well, you weren't going for realism, but yeah, like the rib cage needs to be a little, a little bit more wide, sort of thing, like that. It's kind of he needs more waist, you know,
yeah.
if you're going for realistic. Also, like the hips are kind of wide, like like more feminine than masculine, like the because he's going like almost like hourglass sort of figure kind of thing there.
Yeah.
But again, like I understand you're not going for realism, but I'm just saying like if you were like that's something to consider. Um, like uh, more like that. Yeah. It may not even be relevant because yeah, this character is like it's not supposed to be in like proper proportion. Also, watch out for hands. Like hands always like this one's pretty like it's an attempt. It's good. Like he's good as I think he's doing something over here. Is it like what's happening here with the hands?
It's supposed to be a fist.
Oh, a fist. So yeah. When you do these drawings, do you try to get reference?
Sometimes I get reference. Sometimes I just kind of just do the blocks and stuff, make a
Right,
bean,
right,
and just
right.
kind of, you know, think I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of is like the kind of the thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So how do I do this? So the first thing, so yeah, what's good? The first technique is yeah, draw it first without reference, because that's like sort of the most purest form of your imagination, right? Like um, I found it really interesting. The guy who draws the guy who first designed all the Final Fantasy characters, right? I forget his name, but I saw him. I mean, I saw a drawing of his, and he had drawn like a lion or a tiger or a panther or that kind of thing. And it was really stylized. Like, oh, that's really interesting. Like that's like it's not a realistic panther. Cats heads don't look that way, but it was obviously like a panther, but it was just really kind of his own sort of style. Um, so but on purpose. So I think when you do your drawings, yeah, draw from imagination first, then come in with the reference and try and you take a photo of your own hand or your partner kind of leading like this, and then you could say, okay, I have to fix that arm, fix that hand over here,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Hands, even for me, like hands, um, when hands are in a really weird, awkward position, like I personally still always try and get reference after the fact. Um, I can draw hands like at rest, but if they're doing something complex, it's quite hard. Um, it's hard to hold all the information of the world in your head, so
Yeah.
reference can be helpful. You know. What else? This guy. Yeah, and again, the when I was younger, I'd always just I just draw stumps for the hand where the hands are supposed to be, and my teacher would just like the only way you build that confidence is just every time you're tempted to draw a stump, like just attempt a hand, attempt fingers, like it may be bad, like even with life drawing when I had like only a few minutes to do it. Um, he's like even then just it could be a badly drawn hand but at least it's a hand and not a stump like we're moving forward,
Yep.
so whenever there's a chance to draw a hand and put it in there, just try for it, try for it. Yeah, and then you'll just get more confidence with the hand. I don't know what this guy's supposed to be doing. Maybe he's holding a stick, whatever. But yeah, what else? is there any general questions you have for me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah. Um, and at the end, and at the end of the day, like all the sort of drawing exercises and sort of philosophies, ideas on how to get better, like you can repeat them at your own, at your own leisure, and that's how you can upskill again. If you're like, oh, I don't know how to draw hands, well, we've already taught you the method of breaking things into boxes and cubes and cylinders and stuff. So you just reapply that and try and work stuff out. Like you've got the building blocks, and it's just
Mm.
um, oh, I don't know how to draw a car. Well, try break it into cubes and cylinders again and all this kind of stuff. I don't know how to draw, whatever it could be. You know, my house cat, my dog, my pet, whatever. Um, yeah. So I think that's it for today. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to these guys. Um, we'll make. Does this guy really have eyes, or is his eyebrows kind of
I was
just?
thinking like just having like the maybe just like having them have really thick eyebrows and just having the eyebrows kind of moving around and like the moustaches like kind of move as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
like and just giving them the facial expressions that way.
Right, right, right. Okay.
And then that's why I have the hat like a bit lower on the wizard as well. So, his mustache is the thing that kind
Right.
of moves around, or his beard, or even if he has like massive, big, bushy eyebrows that can kind
Right.
of
Yeah,
come
yeah.
down a bit as well.
That's cool. I think definitely, let's say, okay, for this image it's okay, but eventually you would need to the animator needs to know what this guy would look like from below, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's very much, it's good. I think you should draw the face, work that out. And again, it could be very simple, you know, just a simple head, and then you could just draw the bushy eyebrows. And either he's bald or he's got long hair, whatever. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be the most complicated thing in the world, but you need to have something uh, for this guy to like have eyebrows or whatever, and then he's got ears, and then you draw the hat on top. Draw him with and without the hat, just so we know.
Yeah.
An animator would ask you that question, like, oh, same thing with this guy. No, it's okay. With this guy, you can see his face, so the hat can never come off. It doesn't have to come off for this guy, but I think it's important to have his face. Yeah, from a technical standpoint of we need to make this guy. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. Does he have a wand or a walking stick or a scepter or something like that to focus his magical energy?
Yeah, I'll probably end up giving him like a stick or something,
Yeah.
like a big staff. Maybe like a staff that's like way too tall for him or something.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be cool. How can we do that? Yeah, you can have. Yeah, I'm not gonna design. I won't design it for you, but yeah, we can have yeah, you can have a big staff or something. Or yeah, that'd be cool. That could be cool. It's too big. Yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah, just
small. You could have it small. You could have it big. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Or okay, so you see how you got like the knots in his beard? You could even
yep.
take that onto like the way the wood goes. It could also be sort of like this sort of knotted sort of wood kind of
Yeah.
design. Could also it just mirrors that thing. So if you saw the stick like by itself, you'd be like, oh, that must belong to so and so,
Yeah.
kind of thing. There was this recent what you call it Power Rangers movie. Have you seen it?
No.
It's it's, let's have a look if we get a larger image. Yeah. So basically, she has a scepter, a stick, right? And And like if you like, so based on her design, right? So you can see how there's bits of yellow, green, and gold in her face. There's metal and the hair and her clothing, right?
Hmm.
So if you just came across this stick, you'd be like, oh, it belongs to her, right? Because it sort of
Yeah.
mirrors the design of her costume. It's sort of sparky, uh, jagged and gold and green, which is the same thing. She's got like these gold things on her, like these gold finger, I don't know, blades, claws. Yeah, so just the design carries through. So that's what I would advise. You could have, it could be, and also colored similar to him, or if he's blue and gray, you know, I don't know, maybe there's a blue crystal, or I don't know, whatever. Even the top could mirror the sort of design of the hat, sort of the droopy sort of thing that you got going on.
Yep.
I don't know, but yeah, that's for you to figure out. But
Yeah.
but that's how I would think about it. You've got one character, and then the feet turn up. So maybe you got one guy and the feet don't. They're just super straight. They don't turn up at all. Like this is the guy with the
Yep.
turned up feet. Let's see. Um, let me think. Let me think. So he's wearing sort of like almost like a bodysuit. This gesture.
Yeah, just
Like
ridiculously tight.
like it's not like he doesn't have pants on the top. It's just like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, see what that there's that little bit, like that little line across his waist.
Yes.
I was just probably, thinking it kind of having it like, like one of his arms and like that side of it is like the black, and then is the opposite
Right.
pant is black, and just yeah, kind of
Right. Like a Harlequin, like Harley Quinn kind of
yeah,
thing.
Harlequin kind of thing. Yeah.
Sure. Um, even thinking of the practicalities of how like where his neck would go, like you didn't have like a ruff, even like those medieval ruffs.
Oh yes, yes.
You know what I mean? Those
Yeah,
ruffs.
yeah, like the clown ruffles.
Yeah, exactly. Ruffs. Kind of thing going on. Um, just so you can say, oh, okay, that's where his neck goes, and it's like, how does he put this thing on, like that sort of thing. Um, this guy's this. If he's wearing pants, then he's got pants. Or maybe it's not. Maybe he doesn't have pants because that's just like that's where his leg should be, and it's like this overall this gown.
Yeah.
You know, is he wearing? You know, does he wear pants, or that's it? Like he's got his undergarments underneath
Just
there. Kind of thing. What else we got? So he's a jester. Court jester. He's got bells on his hat. Yeah, bells. That's cool. This guy needs something. Yeah, you just keep it simple. Um, yeah, just when you're doing costumes and stuff, always think about like how they are getting in and out of it. Like, what is this guy? Where are the seams? That kind of thing can be important. Um, but yeah, because he's got he will he need a neck, like a neck hole right over here. Another thing. Like, is this skin, or that's the material?
I think it's yeah, just like a long sleeve shirt kind of thing.
Sure. So maybe the seam would be like there, and that's the material as well over here, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
and it's because it's loose. If it's supposed to be loose, then it won't be so form fitting. It's more like baggy.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are just my suggestions. Sort of thing. Then he's got like the do the sleeves kind of billow out. You know. for him over here. Like, is it loose or is it tight? If it's
Yeah.
if clothing is clothing, like, it's really interesting. Clothing doesn't conform to like the musculature so much. Like, even in comic books, they always have like the characters. Well, back in the day, they drew the characters like they're basically naked, just in colored suits, like all the
Yeah.
suits. But then as we got a bit more sophisticated in comics, like it looks like they're wearing leather or armor or whatever. So yeah, just having that feel of clothing. Obviously, this guy is going we're really pretty skin tight. Um, yeah, think about how the hat works. So would it be would it be like here's we've got a hat. Would it be like here's like the top parts of his hat, right? Here's the top part, and then all this things are coming out of it, like it's like a regular cap section, right?
Yep.
That goes over his head, all right? Like that's where his head goes underneath, right?
Yeah.
And then all the jingly bits come out of that sort of thing, just to make it a bit more practical,
Yeah.
everything like that. So here it's just sort of like it's kind of like there's no sort of like support for where they sit, and like now they actually have they're coming out of something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just little stuff like that. This guy, what else? Um, but yeah, it's going cool. Um, so whenever you need to do your poses and stuff, like where's the one? Yeah, like I would recommend like posing for yourself or taking pictures or your partner or whatever, it's to help you. Um, and again, they don't have to be like super serious. Here's this guy dancing over here.
Yeah.
You know, so it can be fun, and they can just be black and white sketches. Uh, Even some just facial expressions as well. Cool. All right. So I think we're good. I think we're done.
Yep. Cool.
All right. So yeah, I will put this on YouTube if you'd like to refer back to it. Um, yeah. Cool. All right then. So good luck, and yeah, you can contact me. Just send me an email if you're running into issues or need some help.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Cool.
It should be all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because yeah, I do have a couple of days off this week, thank goodness. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it should be good.
Sweet. Okay. And yeah. So also, um, are you gonna put them all when you submit? Will you put everything in like a PDF, like or like loose images?
I can pop. What would you prefer? Because I can
Like
do either.
yeah, like putting them into a PDF would be helpful.
Just pop it all into like one document
Yeah,
and
yeah, and
yep,
in the order that it's supposed to be, or even like
yep,
a logical order. Here are my sketches for character one, then sketches for character. You can do like character one all in one go. So sketches for character one, then the turnarounds and then this and that. Then go on to character two. Here are my sketches again, and then here's the development of this, and then the final thing is them side by side. Just sort of like just not like here's a sketch, here's a model sheet, here's a head, here's this, here's not just some sort of logical flow.
yep,
Yeah. So I guess I would advise, or just like here are both character sketches, then here are both character model sheets, then here are both character final lines, then here are both character poses, like just some sort of logical flow to that.
yep,
If you label them as well, that's helpful.
yep,
And yeah, I think that's it.
yep.
Um, 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 um. Yeah, cool. All right then. So thank you for coming, Aimee. Good luck.
That's all right. Thank you very much for this semester.
All right, no problem.
Um, it has been fun.
I really hope so.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's been good.
All right. Okay. Take it easy.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.